Class 5th EVS Chapter number 13, A Shelter So High. Hello students, let us continue with our chapter A Shelter So High from where we stopped last time. Let us recall what we have done last time. We had seen a man called Jani who loved to travel throughout India on his bike called Loner. He visited many places but he wasn't happy. But when he reached Manali, he was surprised to see the mountains, the roads, the beauty of nature. After reaching Leh in Ladakh, he got to know that Leh is called as the cold desert. It has a very less rainfall and the land there is high, dry and flat. After reaching Leh, he met a boy called Tashi. Tashi took Jani to his house. There he was amazed to see the structure of the house. He saw that the walls there were made of stones which were piled one above the other and covered with mud and lime. He saw the roof and the flooring of the house was made of wood to protect them from the cold conditions. He also saw that people used to store food like fruits and vegetables for winter. They used to dry the fruits and vegetables during summer season so that they can relish them during winter. After Leh, he went to the Changtang Plateau. As you know, the Changtang Plateau is 5,000 meters high from the lower ground. And you know that he had difficulty in breathing. Can you recall what I had given the reason? Yes, it was because as you move higher up the ground, the oxygen amount goes on decreasing. We need oxygen for breathing. This was the same problem what Jani faced as he moved higher and higher. But he was used to that climate very soon. From there, Jani continued his journey further on. And you remember where he stopped? Yes, near the grazing field where he saw sheep and goat. From there, now let us continue the second part of this lesson. Why did Jani stop there? We'll see. After stopping near the grassy field, Jani met a boy called as Namgyal. Namgyal told Jani that he belonged to the tribe called as Champa. Champa is a tribe which stay on the mountain. He told Jani that Champa tribe is made up of 5,000 people and their livelihood is based on goats and sheep. He further explained why they depended on goats and sheep, because they would get milk, meat, skin for tents and wool for coats and sweater. Even yak provide skin for tents and to carry loads. The wool of goat and sheep were of special type and were famous in the whole world. This wool is called as Pashmina Wool. Pashmina wool is used to make Pashmina shawls or Pashmina clothing which protected them from the cold weather. Later, Namgyal took Jani to the place where he stayed. It was a tent which they called as ribo. Ribo is a tent which is made from the hair of the yak. The hair of the yak is stitched together to make the tent. The tent is made by digging 2 feet under the ground and it is covered by the yak skin. The structure of the tent is cone shaped. Ribo is strong and warm and protects them from the icy strong winds. It can be even packed and carried to another places. Near the ribo lived the sheep and the goat in a place called as Lekha. Lekha is a place which is made up of stones to keep their animals safe from cold weather. The tribe usually mark their sheep and goats with different markings so that they can recognize their cattle. The lady and the children of the house count the goats and sheep when they go out for grazing and also when they return back from grazing. This ensures that every sheep and goat has returned home safely. It was wonderful time for Gaurav Jani to be with Champa tribe, but to finish his journey he had to continue. So he had to leave Champa tribe and continue his journey. And his next destination was Srinagar in Jammu Kashmir. Now let us see what he observes in Srinagar. When he went to Srinagar, he saw amazing buildings and different types of houses. He was taken by the beauty of the place. He stayed there for few days. In Srinagar, there are different types of buildings and different types of houses. Some houses were on mountains, while some were on water. It was a great tourist place. Shikara boat in Dal Lake attracted most of the tourists in Srinagar. He saw how the houses in these areas were made to suit the climate. All things have to come to an end. So, with Srinagar, his journey also came to an end and he had to return to his city, Mumbai. On his way to Mumbai, he realized that all places he had visited had people who had arranged things in such a way that he adapted to their own climate and to the surrounding. The lifestyles, the houses that they built, and even how they live itself depended on the environment and the climate they were staying in. He will miss these places very much, but don't forget that he has taken pictures of all the places he have been to. And if he misses them too much, he will never leave a point to take his loner and visit them again. So students, after listening to Gaurav Jani's story, why don't you plan a trip with your parents as well and visit some new places for yourself? Can you compare the houses in Mumbai, in Leh, in Champa tribe, the Ribo, and in Srinagar? Go through the pictures which you have seen on the presentation or on the textbook. So with this, we finish with this chapter. We will summarize this lesson, what we have done now. After visiting the Changtang plateau, Gaurav Jani visited a tribe called as Champa tribe. Champa tribe is nothing but a tribe with 5,000 people who stayed on the mountains. They depended on the goats and sheep for their livelihood because they would get milk, meat, wool and skin for their safety. They lived in a tent called as ribo, which was made from the hair of the yak. Also, animals stayed in lekha, which is a shelter for them made of stones to protect them from cold climate. From Champa tribe, Gaurav Jani went to Srinagar. He was amazed to see the houses in Srinagar on the mountains and also in the water. The famous Shikara boat in the river Dal. He also saw that these houses were made to suit their own climatic condition. And later, I have asked you to also visit some places so that you can compare your shelter with their shelter. Thank you. Have a nice day.